Dear participants, welcome to the 8th lesson of our training course. In the previous lessons, we laid the foundations needed to understand European Union funding. First, we learned how European Union funding works, where the funds come from, how they are allocated to different programs, and how organizations can receive support for their ideas. We then explored the different types of European Union funding and saw that different funding mechanisms are designed for different objectives and activities. In the previous lesson, we became familiar with the main European funding programs, including Erasmus+, CRV, Creative Europe, and others. We also explored how to choose the most suitable program based on an organization's activities, objectives, and needs. In this lesson, we will focus on a specific group of programs, Interreg, which are designed to support cooperation between countries and regions. The aim is to understand what these programs are and when they are the right choice for an organization. The purpose of this lesson is not simply to show you where to look, but to teach you how to identify suitable opportunities and navigate the available information. Interreg is a European Union initiative created with the primary aim of reducing disparities between regions and promoting cooperation among them. This means that the program is not simply a source of funding, but an instrument for development. The core principle of Interreg is that many of the challenges faced by regions cannot be addressed by one country alone. They are shared challenges, for example, social challenges, economic development, or environmental issues. This is why the European Union funds projects that bring together organizations from different countries to address these challenges and develop sustainable solutions. It is important to understand that Interreg is not a single program, but an entire system of programs organized according to their geographical scope. This means that there are different Interreg programs. Some operate between neighboring countries, others cover larger regions, while others connect countries and regions across Europe. The most important distinction is between cross-border and transnational programs. These are the two types of programs that organizations most commonly work with. The difference between them lies not only in their geographical scope, but also in the types of projects they fund and the scale of the activities involved. Cross-border programs, such as Interreg Bulgaria-Romania, are designed to support cooperation between neighboring regions. They focus on specific challenges in border areas. These may include issues such as access to services, youth employment, cultural exchange, or the development of local communities. These programs are more closely aligned with people's real needs because they operate at the local level. They often fund more practical activities and initiatives. This makes them particularly suitable for non-governmental organizations, municipalities, and local organizations that work directly with communities. On the other hand, transnational programs cover larger regions involving several countries. One of the best examples is the Interreg Danube Region program. These programs operate at a more strategic level and focus on policies, coordination, and the development of entire regions. The Danube Region program includes countries from Central and Eastern Europe, including Bulgaria and Romania. Its aim is to improve cooperation and development across the entire region. This means that projects should have a broader impact and address challenges that are relevant to multiple countries. The areas addressed by these programs include innovation, environment, social inclusion, and economic development. These are more complex and long-term issues that require coordination among multiple partners. One of the most important elements of Interreg is partnership. A project cannot exist without partners. At least two organizations from different countries must work together, although projects often involve more partners. Partnership is not a formality, but the very essence of the project. Activities should be carried out jointly, rather than divided among the partners. This means that the project should be planned and implemented as one integrated initiative. Interreg funds a wide range of activities, including training, analysis, exchange of good practices, pilot initiatives, and other activities. What they have in common is that they should lead to tangible results that benefit all partners. It is important to emphasize that Interreg does not fund everything. If an idea does not have a cross-border dimension, it will not be suitable for the program. This is one of the most common mistakes, looking for funding without considering the underlying logic of the program. Each Interreg program has its own website, where calls for proposals are published. These are the main sources of information and should be monitored regularly. Calls for proposals contain detailed information on the application conditions, who can apply, which activities are eligible for funding, and what the deadlines are. This is the key document that should be analyzed. It is important to read it carefully and analytically rather than superficially. The differences between individual calls can be significant, even within the same program. The most important thing to remember is that Interreg is an instrument for cooperation. It is not simply a source of funding, but an opportunity to build partnerships and develop joint solutions. In this lesson, we explored the Interreg programs and their core principle, partnership between countries and regions to address shared challenges. We saw that this is a specific type of funding that requires partnership and a clear cross-border impact. In Interreg, partnership is not simply an advantage, but a fundamental requirement. Projects bring together organizations from different countries that work jointly to address a shared challenge. Therefore, when considering an Interreg funding opportunity, always check 3 things. Do you have a suitable partner? Is the challenge shared by the participating territories? And will the project lead to a genuine cross-border impact? If these 3 elements are in place, you already have a solid foundation on which to develop your project idea. In the next lesson, we will explore how to work with the EU Funding and Tenders portal. Thank you for your attention.